Welcome to the first episode of Thinking Mike. Today we have someone who has started his career as a graphic designer and now he's serving more than hundreds of clients out the globe. He has more than 20 plus years of experience in the field of design. If you're a student who is looking forward to create his career in the field of design, or if you are already a designer, trust me, this podcast is a complete masterclass for you. Watch this podcast till end and you'll get to know that how design can be seen from the perspective of a person who is actually given his 20 years of life in the field of design. So, should we start?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great. So, so tell me, are you like are you a coffee guy, or like what kind of coffee do you drink casually or usually?
I am. It's not a personal choice that I'm a coffee guy or a
Mm-hmm.
chai lover. I mean, I'm open to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so tea is my usually go-to as the morning
Yep.
start, and then later on post breakfast and the lunch, I keep on having coffee. So it's not a particular thing that I like. That I like this americano or espresso,
Mm-hmm.
but I just love what I have ordered. That's it.
Okay, cool. By the way, I am I in start I was not a great lover of coffee. I was
Yeah,
drinking that milk coffee. That is not the original coffee.
that's the
So,
latte actually.
that's the
More
latte
milk.
actually. Then I switched to cold brew, and then right now I'm like a espresso guy completely.
Okay.
And I
I'm
really
more of a cappuccino guy.
Acha, you are okay, great. I really
Yes.
think now I my completely Instagram feed is full of those coffee making videos where a guy comes then brew the complete coffee and convert into that espresso, and it is
No.
so aesthetically pleasing to watch that. Matlab, it's like seeing a product of design. Coffee machines are so beautiful.
See, there is a lot of things when it comes to coffee making, right? So the right temperature, the right amount of
Weight of
the beans, the right amount of grounding, and the right level of you can say the mixing of the milk with the coffee or
yep.
the water. So everything, it's like a complete experiment that you're posting as a scientist. So that's how coffee making is, but I'm not into that much of a cliche. But yeah, I just have my own process. I just love that, and I just want to have an enjoyable taste. That's it.
So you have that coffee machine?
I don't have that coffee machine, but I use 2 3 ways of making a coffee. So like I have those grounded coffee with me, and
Okay.
I actually pour it into a with a steam water and then hot water, and then brew it with a whisker, those electric whiskers, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
post, yeah, once that is done, and I set the milk to a warm temperature, not a boiling hot, but a warm temperature. Once that is done, and I slowly pour it up and then mix it up, and it comes out quite good froth at the top.
Yeah. Coffee is like aesthetically so pleasing to watch. Now I can see the process whole day. I'm so like a big like believer of that. When I see this video, I am a great admirer of design.
Okay.
What is very beautiful or like trying to be very pleasing. I'm a great lover of that. I just appreciate what is being seen. So
Hmm.
this is my way of seeing design or seeing something.
My only thing right now, even after so many experience of design, right now I like everything aesthetically. It should be correct. Be it I dress up, be it I make coffee, even a small. Let's say you put a pen on a table.
Okay.
Right? So the placement of the pen should be aligned properly, not like just throwing it away on the table or
Yeah.
desk. So I just keep myself very clean, tidy, and organized. At least this is something that has been created course of experience in design.
Yeah. So, if you have to explain, suppose I don't know about anything about design, and you have to
Right?
explain me like, what is design? If I ask you like, hello, what is design? What do you think design is? How would you explain me?
In a single sentence, I would say anything which you can create or express your ideas visually
Mm-hmm.
is design. So if you have anything in your mind
Mm.
and you draw it on a paper, so that paper creates a design for you. That artwork is a design for you.
That is a so simple definition, and that's make actually a clear idea about what is design.
So design is something which is very foundational on
Mm-hmm.
any aspect. You see architects, you see builders, or you see car manufacturers, or anything XYZ business. The first step is the design,
Yep.
right? So you're making a house, you create a blueprint of the house, so that blueprint is a design for you, and based on that you start building up and gather materials. Similarly, if you make any website or an application, you create a design first, and then you start developing it and make it functional. So anything or everything around you is surrounded with design only. The first step is design, be it a logo, be it any sketch, or be it any movie, anything. It starts up with this design only.
Okay. You said one word, that is foundation.
Yeah,
And foundation, like changing just the context. When I heard of foundation, it remind me of my school days and all. So I never studied design in school, or many of the schools. I don't know about all, but 90% of the school in India don't teach design as a primary subject in
absolutely.
in academics, and I don't find it correct when I'm studying design so much. And I know how there is a lot of career opportunities, a lot to learn, everything. It makes you creative, it makes you think a lot more wider. So why not design as a primary subject in schools?
Uh, when I was in school, the only design subject was fine arts,
Okay.
or understanding how paint works,
Mm-hmm.
computers, right? And that was the first step that I explored. How to design a house on paint,
Yep.
how to make a flower on paint, or how to do sketches and everything. And at that time there was no Photoshop and anything, but not very much. So in 20, I think in 2008, I got an opportunity to learn more, get more into designing, or just learn Photoshop. I wasn't aware of what Photoshop is.
Okay.
I was just keen to explore computers because I was very much into computers and technology and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So my school days. So post my graduation, I explored this Photoshop software, and I explored more about it, and then that's where I started learning about design. That how, okay, like this is the advanced version of Paint now, much more advanced version, and then how we can actually create something layer by layer. So first step for me was Photoshop, and that is how I explored into and get into designing. I started off my career as a graphic designer. I started off creating logos, brands, small posters. Later on, I went to Google. I just, like, let's say that I made a poster of any music event, and I just Googled, music posters. So that is where I got to know that on the international level, on world or global level, uh, so much has been explored already, and we are just, miles away right
Exactly.
now. So that is what created me more interest. And I wanted, what my only aim till date is that whatever you create or design, that needs to have an international level of touch into it. That you are designing something which is at least 5 years ahead of what is currently existing right now.
That can reach globally with a language that everyone understand.
Correct.
And
And
I
also it creates a very good impact on the client side as well. That you're thinking very much way forward out of your
Yeah.
creative box and thinking here.
Yeah, I think I just remind me. It's remind me a line that design is one thing that is not a barrier of language.
Yeah,
It
it
can
is not.
convey to every person who speak something different that I don't know.
Right. My career, I have seen the design evolution, you can say. Like I started off with graphic designing, and then later on, when websites came in, I moved my career to website designing. how websites are going to be created,
Yep.
and that was all done on Photoshop itself initially.
True.
There was no given dedicated tool like XD or Sketch
Yep.
you can use to create websites. So initially it was all done on Photoshop. Then later on we used to create mobile websites.
Yeah.
Mobile,
The responsive websites.
right. So
Yeah.
not even responsive. Just there were two versions. One was the desktop version and one was the mobile version. Two
Okay, the
separate
two
versions.
different versions and two designed completely differently.
Completely, the components can be the same, but
Mm-hmm.
if user has to open the site on mobile, he has a dedicated mobile version website for that.
Okay.
And if he wants to get it on a desktop, so we have a dedicated desktop version. Then later on, we started evolving into the responsiveness. More devices came in, and then later on, app world came in. So we started putting those mobile sites into apps, then web apps. So that's how it came to be. So now I'm leading UI UX design projects.
Hmm. Okay, I have a little question about when we talk about academics and school life, how design should be a part of curriculum. So, suppose you have a school and you are the principal of that school. What are one or two subjects that you will teach to students about, only focused on design? What would the subjects be called? And what will be the age group from where a student should start learning design? What would be
See,
the subject names, and what in which class you will introduce that?
a lot of things are changing rapidly now since the age of AI.
Yep.
And nowadays, a lot of audience are exploring not designs, but they're exploring tools
Yep.
like Canva, Figma, Affinity, and so on. That is not the actual design experience, I would say.
Yeah.
Right? You know a tool well, that is fine. But what is the fundamental basic of design? How can you
Exactly.
give a human touch to it? You can learn AI easily. You can learn to prompt with ChatGPT. You can learn to explore. You can learn to wipe code. But how do you learn to give a personal touch to it?
Exactly.
That bridge between and a computer generated versus the human generated. That is the bridge that needs to be built up. In the students and in the people who are willing to learn design. So if you ask me if I am a teacher and I want to, put in a subject of design, how would I would say to learn the fundamentals and basics of design. For example, UX laws or design principles or design thinking process, UX research process. These are very much core things to understand how to build a product,
Yep.
and then you can put those ideas and those knowledge into a tool, like let's say Figma or any other tool which you like. In today's time, if there is no Figma, how do
Yep.
you think a lot of users can design? I'll give you an
And nowadays, people are just replicating the designs, not innovating something. And
correct.
I am actually seeing things in market, like whenever I go through a new tech brand or anything new that is, it's, I don't know it's true or not, but it's my observation that every design is just want to either follow Apple or trying to make small changes in that concept only.
So there's a thing called uh, there's also a book called Don't Make Me Think. All right. It's the reason why people are tend to be habitual of using one thing in course of time. So let's say that today, if you use your phone, be it an iPhone or an Android, they have the same experience. We have the swipe gesture for home screen apps. We have the drop down for quick settings and drop down for notification.
Yep.
All right. The reason why it is that because we have multiple and millions of users using these OS and apps, right?
Yeah.
Creating something new can hamper a lot in terms of user experience. Facebook has tried that initially, a long time back. Facebook had an app called Paper.
I think we have discussed this previously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they initially changed the entire viewing of social media experience.
Yeah.
But since people were obviously habitual of using a Facebook interaction and the way they used to use it, So it was uh, obviously it failed, and it had to cut down the app because we don't want to create something which is totally new and totally unique in the experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, there just should be a way out to showcase the same thing but in a new flavor.
I think that app was way ahead of its time. When you showed me, na, I was like, I haven't seen it previously, but you're the first person to show me that app, and I was like really amazed by that design. So previously, so years back, it was not design of this era. It was like 10 to 12 years back, I think.
Yeah, 2006, I guess, 6 or 7, I
2006
guess.
is like completely 10 years ago, and that was way ahead
Um,
of its time.
Maybe 10, maybe I think it's 2010. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Okay. So, like when we talk about Apple, I think that the first product when they came into like phones, they did the dynamic island. Every brand is just trying to make that copy. Let's recreate this in our phones. When the Apple came with that uh, complete plateau camera setup, every brand try to, even Xiaomi brands, like big brands like Xiaomi, are complete from their Apple's UI to like liquid glass to plateau to hardware to software, everything they just try to copy.
That is that is not replicating, I would say. That is just being inspired and making something.
Okay,
Today,
what
if you
what is the
see
difference?
anything, be it a logo, be it a car, let's say, if you notice, if you look closely to any Indian manufacturer car or any new car, some or the other way the designs are being inspired by maybe Defender or Rolls Royce or big
Yeah.
brands. Some of the either maybe the style of their headlights, maybe, or the body structure, or maybe the rear look. So that is just a one use case example that I can see that all these brands get inspired by one another, and they then try to create something very much similar so that people don't have to learn or explore something new, because that can be a bit more challenging.
Yep, true.
Do you want to take a bait on millions of dollars on getting something totally unique and don't know if the users would like it or not? Rather, if someone has created something which is already running a $1 billion company and they know people are liking it, and would you take inspiration from that and create something similar? That is not being taken as a copy. I won't say that it's a copy.
Okay.
Copy is like, you're just putting the same thing as it is, the same icon style or maybe the same
Yeah.
animation and putting it on your device.
But what is your take in the sentence that I'm going to say, that what Apple is today, design is one of the biggest part of its success.
Uh, what Apple is today, you're saying, and design is a major part, not just design.
Okay.
Apple's major role uh, is today is its ecosystem
Yep.
and software optimization. People only use, or at least I'm not sure about people, at least I use Apple only because of its software optimization
Yep. Even I do this. I do use for the same.
and for its ecosystem. I have my MacBook, I have my iPhone. It's easy to sync and
Yeah.
connect,
How the things
right?
are synced, na, it's fantastic.
Right. And the way the apps, talk to each other, especially for by default Apple apps, native apps, the that is way beyond imagination what Android can achieve right now.
But this is true that Apple has set a benchmark in terms of design in the market.
See, when Apple introduced liquid glass, everyone was saying that it has been copied from Android or
Yeah.
Windows, right? But the way it handles liquid glass, no one has ever touched that surface.
Actually, when I used the liquid glass, so the effects that is being settled behind that, when the liquid glass is getting layered on something, how it how it like changes the things in so effortlessly, na? I just love that, seeing that how they're doing this.
Correct. So they that is all design, right?
Yeah.
And design is only successful if the team who is developing those design get along well with designers. Right now, especially at least in Indian industry, uh, the developers just put their hands up and says that हमसे नहीं हो पाएगा इतना,
Nah, yeah, true.
right? थोड़ा simplify करो इसको या put this
They don't take
we can do,
challenges.
right. So some way or the other there is a big gap. Even though we as designers try to think out of the box, we are being controlled by the budget or by the team or by the effort to reduce those creative inputs and try to approach, even though it's a simple approach, but yeah, try to think of a different approach in that case.
Okay. When you're talking about Apple, so uh, one name appears automatically, Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
And the world knows that people see him as entrepreneur, a visionary man, a man behind Apple. But when I see Steve Jobs anywhere in a photograph, in a like anywhere, I just think of one thing, that he is a designer. Is first thing I look at this, I might be wrong, but I have studied about him that he had one skill called calligraphy.
Okay.
And calligraphy is like, the people who don't know what is calligraphy, calligraphy is like the writing the same text in 100 different ways. We
Right.
called it font. And calligraphy teaches us to making the same thing in 100 different ways. How you can execute the same thing in 100 different ways. It is a style of thinking one thing in 100 different approaches.
Right.
So it helped me as well. I haven't like studied calligraphy, but I know about this thing. And Steve Jobs has one saying that I know how to solve a problem in 100 different ways. How do you see that? How do you relate to Steve Jobs' philosophy, and does it impacted your life? Something else?
I am a good admirer of Steve Jobs as visions as well. I think from my perspective, I think Steve Jobs was a visionary. So he used to see the products or upcoming products not as usually what we explore it
Yep.
and see. Obviously, if you have the vision, you have the time, you have the bandwidth, you have the budget, you can easily explore more options then,
Yeah.
right? You have a good team as well. So he also a good designer was John Ivy.
Yep. The same man who joined OpenAI right now
Yes,
for
the same
designing the
man.
new AI device.
So I was saying that since we were discussing about design, why people are into design more these days, because there is a reason why design values a lot. Why there's a why That's why I think OpenAI is also investing more than $2 billion in just design itself.
Yep. True.
And talking about Steve Jobs, I think he was a great visionary, and he had visions of changing our daily life products into something totally useful and unique. One thing I really like about Steve Jobs is that whatever he designed or whatever he had visions to it, he had a very simplest approach. He always said, keep it simple.
Yep. Keep it simple.
And also at the same time, keeping things simple is one of the most complex ways that designers have to face when have anything to work on or design on, how simple it can be for users to use it.
Yeah. Completely minimal, simple.
Yeah, I mean, simple is not just a plain text or a plain design. Simple is the way of using that uh, design or way of interacting with the design is how simplistic to make it.
Okay. So can you can you do you travel?
Sometimes, yes.
Like where do you travel the most?
Not as in occasionally. I do have calls from the events like you know around India itself. So if I get chance, so I can travel. That's
So
fine.
you have traveled across the globe?
I have traveled to Middle East. Yes,
Okay. Which countries?
Dubai.
Dubai, okay. Which country, according to you, has the best design aesthetics?
Which country has the best design aesthetics? It it's quite complex to answer because no client is perfect.
Yeah.
They all come with their own requirement, right? And every country or region has their own way of executing their design
Yeah.
or processing that design, right? Uh, so a lot of things matters, like the way we used to write text, any text particularly, which is uh, in consent with their region's requirement, or so there are multiple I can say aspects to this. There is a definite answer that yeah, this is the particular region that I would love to work with, but yeah, they all have their own different requirements, and based on that we try to pursue the simplest approach because the users are same across the globe, right? We don't see users as different regions, a set base of users. We see users at different age groups,
Yeah.
and then based on that we consider, okay, this is the approach that we need to take for designs.
I was going through a book which included a lot of pictures of products from Japan, and I find it very very aesthetic that how that country has showcased design. I'm not talking that they have the best design, but I really like those pictures and all. So that's why I asked you that which country's design is like your favorite.
I haven't explored many countries' design specifically. I do get to see a lot of artworks, and as I cater through references on Pinterest or Dribble or anything, I do explore those designs, but it is not specifically to. I mean, it's all on your own taste.
Yeah.
I can consider minimal design also a very good design approach, which obviously Japanese do. I also I also appreciate loud and vibrant designs as well. So it
Yeah.
all depends on and subjected to your design interaction. How do you think it matches with your concept of ideology?
Exactly. What are your tools that you use for creating design, or like what do you do? What are your set of tools?
My set of tools. I use Figma.
Okay.
Figma is a go-to tool for creating designs.
Like
Uh,
everybody uses Figma, like go to design tool.
Obviously, because it has everything.
Yeah.
We have Figma Make, we have Figma Tech, Doc, everything they have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything one can compare one. The other go-to tool for me is Google Stitch.
Google Stitch.
Yeah.
Okay, that I have used recently. I got a chance to watch your session, and from that I knew about that tool, Google Stitch, and from there I use it for my building my products as well.
So the other go-to tool is Google Stitch. So yeah, these two are major. The third one I can say is Photoshop, just to make some small nitty-gritty changes
Okay.
in terms of graphic designing. And the fourth tool I would say Nano Banana Pro.
Can you name it again?
Nano Banana.
Okay, Nano Banana. Okay, Nano Banana Pro. I use it a lot. Nano Banana Pro is like I use it a lot.
So these are the four tools which I use a lot in my design process.
Okay. What is your design process?
My design process. It's very simple. If you want to create any product, I get a sit around with the client, take the requirements, just a brief requirement that I need to understand.
Okay.
Then based on that, I create a PRD, and
What is
that is the
PRD?
it's a project requirement document
Okay.
and once that is created, I hand it over to the client to get some answers from the document.
Okay.
Once that has been done, I create an MVP of the product from Lovable or maybe any vibe
What
coding
is
tool.
MVP?
Yeah, MVP is like minimal viable product. With AI, I can easily create the a basic minimal viable product structure from a by coding tool. And once that is done, I hand it over to the client to interact with it and see if we need those requirements from the client or not. The basic structure has been done already. It is a fully clickable prototype. So once the client is satisfied, then on based on that structure, we start building on the screens.
Oh, suppose I am completely a new guy who's entering in design, and I am like, I have to be a designer. What is your roadmap for a complete beginner who know nothing about design? How where should I start? How do I start? What should I study? And like, I just want to be a UI UX designer.
You want to be a UI UX designer. So
Yeah.
there are three things you need to know. Number one, learn Figma.
Okay.
All right, go to YouTube, get to the tutorials, take a 2 or 3 week challenge,
Hmm.
learn Figma throughout. Figma have their own dedicated videos that can
Yeah, in
help
the
you.
channel on the YouTube channel.
Secondly, understand some basic principles of design.
Okay.
All right. And the third is learn AI.
Learning AI.
Yeah. So once you have achieved all these three into your knowledge, then you can easily become a designer and incorporate and play around with all these three tools.
Uh, there's a very small incident I really want to share. I was sitting with you in the event, and there's a session going on of someone else's. He named one book, and the next moment you took a book out of your bag, and that was the same book that
Yeah.
he named. Every designer should at least read this book, and you just take it off from your bag. And that was the moment I was like amazed that what the hell happened just. How things are so coincidence. So what was
Correct.
that book?
That book is called Don't Make Me Think by
Okay,
Steve Crooks.
Steve
Yeah, I
Crooks.
mentioned it earlier as well in the session, right?
Yeah. Okay, so what are your three book recommendation for anybody who is like in the field of design or like entering in the field of design?
One is Yes, Don't Make Me Think by Steve Crooks. The other one I can recommend is Steal Like an Artist
Yeah, I have
by
read
Austin.
that. I have read that.
Yeah. And the third is Design for Everyday Things.
Design for every design for everything everyday things.
Things, yeah.
By
That is by I forgot that author's name. Let me just quickly have a
okay, okay.
check.
Let the audience do the rest of the work. Are you planning to write a book or something? Like you have a 20-year experience in that field. Why?
I can write a book, but I'm not into book writing a lot. I am much more of an explorer and going forward with visions and designs and ideation process. So
Okay. What is your philosophy of life?
my philosophy, uh, my philosophy for life,
Yeah.
keep yourself busy,
And why do you say so?
because if you are busy, you will have a lot to learn and a lot to explore. Be it any work, if you can think of. Just keep yourself busy. Idle, if you keep yourself idle, and if you relax yourself and get comfortable, then that is the stage that you start drilling down your efficiency in terms of going forward in your life.
Yeah, okay. Great advice for everyone who is looking after this video. What is money for you?
Money,
Yep.
money is money is freedom. I would say
Yeah, money is freedom.
money is freedom. I mean, you want to do something, or let's say you want to buy, or just want to buy, you just want to explore a new tool which requires a subscription. uh, you pay for that and then you're free to use it. So one thing about money is freedom for me.
When you get your first paycheck, and what
When I
was the amount?
designed, I think I was around 20, 25 years old, 20, not 25, but 23 or 24 years old,
Okay.
when I designed a logo for a restaurant. And yeah, that is when I got the first paycheck.
How was it? What was the amount?
That was about 8,000. Yeah.
8,000.
Yeah. For a
So
logo.
that restaurant is still exists?
That no, it doesn't exist now. I'm not sure. I haven't been there.
Okay. And like, are you rich?
I am rich.
Okay, you're rich.
Yeah.
What is the luxury you own? What is the most expensive thing that you own?
I am rich from my mindset. I am rich uh, from my skills. I can say I am
Mm-hmm.
rich from the way I see things and explore to gain much more experience and knowledge.
So, in terms of all those, what is the most expensive thing that you have?
Mm. In terms of all those, what is the most expensive thing that I have?
Yeah.
There is something which I have. Uh, Maybe it's very hard for me to put that into words, but the ability to, not ability, but yeah, something. I tend to simplify and see things in a different perspective.
Okay.
So design, like if you give me any task, all
Mm-hmm.
right. So I tend to make that task so premium, so seamless for you, so that from the execution level to the deliverable, I want to make sure that each and every step makes a statement of its own.
What is luxury for you?
Luxury for me is something which you cannot owe it, but you keep on trying to achieve or try to grab it.
Okay. Just running behind it. It's a luxury.
Yeah, it's running behind something is luxury, and you cannot have it.
Yeah.
It's not consistently with you at all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You to maintain and retain that, because let's say that you are learning something about any tool, or let's say you're exploring any knowledge. You have that knowledge with you right now.
Yeah.
Maybe 5 years or 6 years that you can create something totally unique from that knowledge.
True.
So that knowledge becomes luxury for you.
But I've read this somewhere, I don't remember, that design is something that can convert a normal or ordinary product to a luxury product.
Yeah,
And that can be like, I know that handcrafting is a very major role, uh, quality is a major role, but if it will look more pleasing and more beautiful, people will, our brain also identify it as a luxury.
yeah.
So how do you like express that?
You can easily create any brand identity and make it into completely luxury one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Even if you talk about any brand which is, let's say, on a lower scale industry product, you can easily recreate that product and make it a higher and a top tier end product from the product itself. It's all about design and how do you perceive, perceive that process.
So, do you like the design like luxury products like LV, Prada, and Gucci? What are their philosophies of design? How their product like look? How what are the design principles that they use?
I'm not sure. Uh, like I mentioned, I'm not a brand designer
But still
itself.
a rough idea of design, overall design.
See, there are many designers roles, right?
Okay.
We have visual designers, we have UI UX designers, we have graphic designers,
Okay.
we also have brand and logo designers, right? And now, what LV, Gucci, and other brands like hire and follow, uh, I'm not actually sure about it, but I think they have their own set of uh, people who are using their parts itself, and they have their own identity.
Yeah.
So Bunny has its own style and using of from the logo, from the
Yeah.
type of wheel they use, and they want to carry that forward itself on each
Yeah.
of their
Those are
like
legacy brands.
correct.
Yeah.
And similarly, what in perfume brands like LV and all, they also follow the same principle.
Hmm.
They want to be consistent with their own
Yeah.
ideology and language itself.
Brand consistency matters.
A lot matter. It matters a lot.
How? Can you explain?
So, what is the difference between Nike, Adidas, Puma, Reebok?
Like,
How can you easily distinguish them?
for me, I know how Nike has a shush, or like Adidas has a three lines.
But that's the only thing, right?
Yeah.
Apart if we see a shoe brand, just a plain shoe without any logo brand, how can you distinguish it?
I don't know. Have you heard about of this startup, or we can call it company? Have you heard of teenage engineering?
I have heard about it. I have not explored it or
Like,
just
they were the company. They were the teenage engineering is a design house that they were actually the main designers. They partnered with nothing. Partnered with them for their earphones. They launched. There's the first product of nothing, and the phone one that they launched. So teenage engineering was just behind that, all those. And also there was a device that was very popular. That was called Rabbit R1. That was AI.
yeah.
Yeah, that was
It's
also designed by teenage engineering.
okay.
Like I have explored it like 2 years back. I can easily say that and can bet on this that according to me, like what teenage engineering is doing, I love I love in terms of design, I love their work, what how they work. They actually make music hardware products. And how when I think of music hardware, a lot of complex that I can't use, that a lot of keyboards, and like how that will communicate to me. But what they created it in a way that is looking so beautiful. I'll recommend you to go and check out how teenage, they just don't make these, they make anything that they have also like went in fashion. They also partnered with other brands to create their products. And like how what teenage engineering is doing is nobody's just thinking different in terms of
Correct.
they are not replicating anything, they are innovating the design. I love about teenage, I just love them. Teenage engineering is like I had a like I want to work with them anyhow any day. There's a Swedish brand, it is in Sweden. I really want to like work with teenage engineering. I love that. How do you see Indian culture in terms of design?
Indian culture in terms of design.
Indian culture, Indian tradition, Indian folk arts.
Uh, I'm quite admirer of Indian artwork.
Yeah.
Uh, And honestly, I think there's still a lot to be explored in Indian culture when you talk about design. There's still many things that need to be explored. For example, when I was into graphic designer, I really admire, and explored the way those, you see the trucks,
Yeah.
the moving trucks, and they
Yeah.
have their own way of
Expressing
using
the message.
and the artwork they used to
Yeah, yeah.
have the truck. So I really the way of sending a message or maybe communicating was pretty much loud and vibrant, and yet maintaining the Indianism in their artwork. So that is just one example, and I see that there's still a lot to be explored here. Uh, and I don't know why most of the Indian designers uh, tend to follow Western styles and themes rather than we can like, easily explore here as well in India itself.
Yeah. And one more thing about Indian culture, that's why I asked this question that we just are following that what other brands in US or London or in Japan are doing, and are completely ignoring what our tradition and folk arts are actually. We can
But
easily enhance them.
I totally agree with that. Yes, we are not focusing on Indian because what I think that we have been not being taught the way we
Yeah.
are. We watch tutorials, we watch, we have been getting trained from our mentors and everything, and they are also being trained from other mentors and everything.
Yeah.
they all have been trained on the international terms and whatever we have been found from on internet. And internet is vastly on the global market. Indian is yet to be explored. Yeah, if any designer is coming up with an artistic approach and Indian approach,
Yeah,
then I totally commend them.
true. Actually, I agree with your point that we are not taught like that.
Yeah.
And that's why I asked you the question about the foundational thing of our schools and like even not in design terms. I will talk about even the history, even other subjects. Okay, so like a question that will amaze you. I don't know if it will amaze you or not, but I had to. I'm not able to control myself to ask you how to be a bad designer.
ये bad designer मैं बता रहा हूँ. Pulling this again and again in this है. Okay. How to become a bad designer. So if you're able to explore yourself
Hmm.
on to that extent that you become so dynamically vast that you look good design even if it is a bad design.
Hmm.
You seek that there's something good in even in a bad design. That is where you reach to that level that you become a bad designer now. By bad designer I mean it's better and dynamic,
Hmm.
because there is no bad design.
Okay.
So if you see your designs, अगर मैं अपने logos या अपने artworks को अपने designs को जो मैंने 10 साल पहले या 20 साल पहले बनाए थे
Hmm.
वो देख तो I would laugh at myself. It be trending, maybe I was trying to sell that idea, but
Hmm.
uh, we keep on learning from our own bad experiences and we keep on learning from our own feedbacks. So
Okay.
no design is a bad design.
Okay.
You just try to improve and make it a good one. There is no thing as a great design, but there is always a good design.
Okay. So, thank you so much for all the questions that you answered. I'm very pleased and like very glad that you said yes to this. And I just at the last, actually, I have coming with more questions, but due to very less time, I'm not. We'll do another one. We'll do definitely another one in future. And I just want to know how what was your experience of all this?
My experience is good. I'm really glad that this is your podcast, and I'm really happy to be on this collaboration with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I totally I'm looking forward for your next sessions as well.
Yeah.
And I want to explore more. And I really I think I am helpful for the young audience or even for the people who are able to view this,
Mm-hmm.
may get some knowledge and insight on how the design world works
Mm-hmm.
and what is the future of design with AI.
Yeah.
And you can, my only thing is not to learn design, but not to learn AI, not
Mm-hmm.
design, not to learn AI, but learn to use AI the right way.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of things going around and there is no seamless process to help anyone understand that, how to use AI the right way.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Completely agreeing. Completely agreeing.
so I would encourage all the audience to explore AI, explore design.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Design is the foundational step, and
Yeah.
if you are into this, designers are into this, then uh, grow yourself into it and get more knowledge and more insight. Stay updated.
I just want to say one thing on camera that this podcast is not even the 1%. This man holds the capacity to tell you because I have heard him a complete day and I was legitimately not bored. And we were completely discussing that I'm amazed that he and I has a long year gap and like I truly can say that we had a very friendly vibe and
True.
we had discussions on every topic, every like ul jalul topics where we have discussed everything. And what I have learned that day is not like this podcast is not even 1% that what I can talk to him and how I can make more answers out of him.
This is also my thinking. Whatever I'm doing right now, be it designing, be it going on an event,
Yeah,
speaking something about, uh, I consider it that I haven't even touched the base yet. I still need to.
exactly what I want to tell those.
Yeah, I say there's still a lot to learn and explore about.
Yeah,
So every time let's say I learn a new tool and I start using it, and then there's another tool, and I just feel like, I've just scratched the surface yet. I need to build up more. I need to explore more. Then so keep that hunger. So Steve Jobs used to stay hungry, stay foolish.
yeah. Stay hungry, stay foolish, and stay
So yeah,
curious.
yeah, stay curious. So
Yeah.
be that.
Just and the end note, what do you want to just say to the people
Uh,
that see you on LinkedIn, that read about you?
you should have the end note, because I already have everything on my from my note, and
Yeah,
so I think you should take that podium and speak
yeah.
on the end note then.
Okay, so let me take that privilege. And at my end note, I just want to say that to people that watch me as well on the content side that I create. So I understand that at my age, I can be a medium, not a primary source of education for people. I can be a
Right.
medium. I can convey your knowledge to them via me, but I can't be the primary source because I think experience is way, way, way more greater than just like getting acknowledged.
Correct.
And I appreciate it always, and that makes me sometimes that even some success like hit me, I say to myself, okay, this can be, if it can be succeeded in overnight, it can be gone overnight. So until and unless
Right.
I don't have experience, I don't take the liberty to educate someone. That's why you guys come in the show and like educate the people like a via medium with me. So that's my end note. I hope you loved
Great.
coming on the show and
Yeah.
had a jam
More
session.
for sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
I hope this podcast was valuable and informative for you. If you want such more podcasts, please let me know in the comments. I'll try to bring such more wonderful guests on the show, and do subscribe to the channel so we also get motivated to create content such like this. Until then, take care. Signing off.